They are who we thought they were. A good team, and we let them off the goddamn hook. I know that's what Mark Daigneault should have told the OKC Thunder after potentially choking away a championship. First off, welcome to Sports Savvy TV. If you're enjoying the vibe cross here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Now let's get to this game. A lot went on. Well, not really. If you're rooting for the OKC Thunder. But if you was rooting for the Indiana Pacers, man, that atmosphere was lit. That crowd was lit. I know most people say OKC Thunder got the best crowd. If they got the best crowd, Indiana number 2. Because, man, it seemed like the fans stood up for like the whole first quarter. That's how real it was. The Indiana Pacers gave them something to cheer for. They were on one. Did y'all see Pascal Siakam before the game? Now, y'all do know he from the Cameroon, you know. They do things a lot different across there, you know. They practice a lot of things, you know. Man, that boy looked like the Undertaker, man. Or better yet, man, when I seen Pascal Siakam, man, I straight thought of Chucky. Huh? Somebody's soul got passed up into his body. Because did you see what he did to Jalen Williams? Oh, my goodness. That's the play of the NBA Finals, man. That was nasty. They stole the ball from Williams. Williams got back and tried to play Halliburton and then turned to Pascal Siakam and got his soul took. That was filthy, man. You got to give credit where credit is due. The Indiana Pacers came out and they were like, you know what? If we do lose, y'all ain't celebrating no championship on our court. We got too much pride in that. Tyrese Halliburton came out there. He looked good. You know what I'm saying? He looked better than he did in Game 5. I knew they had a chance, man. But when they started 0 for 8 from the field, I'm like, come on, Indiana. Y'all gonna go out like this here? And it was like, no, Sports Savvy. We ain't going out like that, homie. Watch this. They made their next 8 shots. They went on 2 17-0 runs. That's how you play ball, man. That was simply amazing. You feel me? When you look at this series, let's say Tyrese Halliburton don't really get hurt in Game 5. Indiana wins that game. And this would have been their night celebrating their championship. This is how. Jalen Williams dropped 40 points, but the Indiana Pacers was down 2 late in that game. That's crazy, right? You give me a healthy Tyrese Halliburton, Indiana would have pulled that off. I really believe that. But since we speaking of Jalen Williams, everybody, you know, been giving him his respect. He been balling that. But guess what? He ain't really did nothing if you ask my point. Because look at this. He dropped 40 points in Game 5. Game 6, what do he do? 16 points. But guess what? Man, homie was a negative 40. That's the worst plus minus in NBA history. Think about that for a second, man. No one even cares about Game 5. You feel me? Gee, that's tough. OKC Thunder couldn't knock down a shot. The Indiana Pacers made adjustments. You know what adjustments they made? They were like, you know what? J-Dub and Shea, y'all great players. But look, we don't care about none of that. Y'all got to go through us to get y'all first ring. So you know what? It's time to anchor down. Them boys had 16 steals, man. 16 steals. That's how OKC Thunder been playing. Getting all them turnovers, getting out and running. Indiana was active. Every time Shea went to try to get to his spot, it had 4 players surrounding him, letting him know, not today, homie. If you want to win, if you want to score, kick it out to your shooters. And let's see how great of knockdown shooters they are if you not getting to that free throw line, drawing contact, and eating at the same time. You know, that was a beautiful game plan. It seems like Rick Carlisle been out coaching Mark Daigneault from the start. And he just threw the kitchen sink at him because they wasn't playing like that. For most of this series, they were trying to press SGA, trying to meet him 94 feet. SGA was cooking that. That probably was the Indiana Pacers game plan all along. You know, because Indiana Pacers play man-to-man defense for most part. Man, I seen a little switching and everything in this one here. You know, Rick Carlisle is out coaching Mark right now. And he just threw his last spade on the table. And you know what that is? Big Joker. You feel me? And it's working. And I expect them to run that same game plan. If SGA not getting to that free throw line, the Thunder are not winning this NBA championship. They are not. Because this is how it's all on the referees, how they going to ref this one, who going to win this championship. When SGA shoots under 10 free throws, the OKC Thunder are 0-3 in the NBA Finals. It's all on the referees, how they going to let them play? They going to let them be men out there and decide the game? Or they going to control it and force who they want to be the next NBA champion? Only time will tell, man. I just hope the referees in the NBA don't screw us out what has been a terrific NBA Finals when a lot of people said that it wasn't. This has been one of the best NBA Finals I have watched in years. You know? Indiana want this. OKC Thunder, you know, for parts of that game, they were like, you know what? Y'all can have this game. Y'all know what's coming in Game 7. Y'all know what's coming. F5 about to hit y'all. You know? They just gave me that vibe, you know? On the other hand, Indiana like, man, look, long as hell Burden right here, and we knocking down threes, we gonna go win that championship. That's how Indiana looking at it. Because this game gonna come down, Game 7, it gonna come down to who can hit their threes. Every team that can knock down the threes in the games have won every game. OKC Thunder, they couldn't make a three. They only shot 26% from three. They only made 8. On the other hand, you look at the Pacers. They shot 36% and they hit 15 threes, almost double what OKC Thunder had. You feel me? So I can't wait, man. Get your popcorn ready because it's going to be one for the ages. When you look at the Pacers, you know, if Obi Toppin and TJ McConnell come to play ball like they played ball, oh yeah, they putting jewelry on their fingers. For real. Miles Turner only had 3 points, man. Neesmith had 10 points, but he was a factor out there. He knocked down them couple of threes, playing lockdown defense. Siakam, he didn't reach his 20 points, but he was still a factor because he had 13 boards. And he had a couple plays in that game that the world will always remember. Rest in peace, Jalen Williams. Man, that was filthy, man. Every time I think of that play, I get the shivers, you know? That's how cold it was. SGA had 21 points, but they shut him down, man. Isaiah Joe chipped in with 11 points. It gonna come down to with the Thunder, which role player gonna knock down shots. Alex Caruso done been off 2 straight games. Game 7 is set up for him to have a big game. But on the Indiana Pacers side of things, they have to play as one. Tyrese Halliburton has to attack the basket, try to get to the line some, and knock down that three ball, man. Get turnovers and get out and run. OKC cannot play from behind. They are a team that like to play ahead. I remind them of the Indianapolis Colts back in the day. They'll whoop you if they had a lead on you. But coming from behind, they wasn't really that good like that. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see, folks. Will OKC Thunder shake back and show the world that they was just waiting for their moment to be great? Or will Indiana Pacers, the underdogs, the come from behind, the come from behind ballers, shock the world and win a championship, man? Because the Indiana Pacers are playing with household money right now. All the pressure is on the Thunder, man. Real talk. If Jalen Williams or SGA have an off game, it's over. They must both play great, and they got to bring a third man along with them to play ball. Chet Holmgren only had 4 points. He been off the last 2. This is Sports 7 TV. Y'all let me know what y'all thought of this. Who y'all got winning game 7?